Hello, guys. Welcome to our reading and productivity sprint. I have my beautiful friend Hannah from the Teachers TBR. I'm so excited to finally have her on. I was literally just telling her how I have all these different leaders who are a part of the Mystery and Mayhem Readathon, and I feel like I know them, but I don't because I just met most of them through this readathon. And just because I watch their videos doesn't mean like I personally know them. And so it's been really, really nice to just be able to kind of talk and chat with them. So I hope that if you guys have not already followed Hannah, that you will go and do so because she makes incredible content. I love watching all her videos. Your one about the pirates, I was dying because I'm like, yes, I get it. I get it. I am
I love
obsessed with
pirates.
pirates. Yes. And as you were talking, I'm sitting there like, I have so many pirate books. And I didn't realize that until you were talking about it. And it's like, oh, well, I guess I need to read some pirate books.
And it's something that like hit me like a truck. I really wasn't expecting. I was like, okay, I need to read everything that involves a pirate right now.
Yes, yes. Well, that's actually what happened, and how Mystery Mayhem, the readathon came about was because I was like, I have so many mysteries. And I knew I liked mysteries because I love Agatha Christie, and I'm a big fan of Susan Wittig Albert, who wrote The Cottage Shells of Beatrix Potter, and other things too. But that was the main one because they were cute, you know? And then I started learning, like, oh, there's a difference in mystery and murder mystery and comfy cozy mysteries
Yeah.
and things like that. And so because I had this long list, I was like, hey, let's do a readathon where I'm like, I have to read mystery books.
Yeah,
And then as we also just discussed, I have literally read 2 books this entire time. They were middle grade and only one of them was a mystery.
y'all, she's
So
been working. She's been a busy bee behind the scenes.
it's true. It's been worth it and it's been a lot of fun, but it is definitely it's definitely a bigger thing than I thought that it would be. And I'm so thankful for that. I'm so thankful for everybody who's been a part of it too. And of course for all the leaders, because you guys have been a huge help in just like motivating. And I'm like, I can't even keep up with the conversations happening. So I just don't talk because I have to get in, do my business, get out and do my other business. And then also we are leaving on Monday morning for a family camp with our church. And so it's like I have to get everything set up
Oh
for
my
being
gosh.
gone for a week too.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna sleep the weekend we get back. Actually, no, we have my grandma's birthday, so everybody's coming. Yeah, it's this whole thing. So, anyways, the next week I'll sleep. Yeah. So, anyways, let's go ahead and start. Actually, I want you to tell us what book you're reading.
Oh, I am currently reading Bad Blood by Jennifer Lynn Barnes. This is the last book of the Natural series. If you guys have ever heard of Jennifer Lynn Barnes, you're probably more familiar with the Inheritance Games because for some reason that one is more popular than this one. But this series, I don't see the Inheritance Games being anywhere near my enjoyment of this one because this one
Yeah.
is so fun. It's like a young adult Criminal Minds sort of thing. And
Yeah.
it's so much fun. I love it so much. But this is the last book. So I'm going to try to take my time with it, but at the same time, I also want to get done with it. So,
Right. Yes, I get that. Yeah, I am very intrigued by Jennifer Lynn Barnes. I have not read any of her books, but I have several of them.
Yeah, she has a
So,
couple series out. I think it's that one, The Inheritance Games, and then there's another one.
yes, which is the one I always forget about, but I know it. Like whenever somebody says it, I'm like, yeah, I know that one.
Yeah, and I don't think they're ever talked about.
Yeah,
All you
I
ever
don't
hear
know.
about is The Inheritance Games.
I don't know what it is. If you guys know what it is, let us know because I can't remember. But yeah, I have the Inheritance Games, and I'm pretty sure she has another one, like her 4th one coming out.
Of The
It's soon.
Inheritance Games or a
Yeah.
new series?
No, well, it might be a new series. They look very similar to the Inheritance Games, but it might be like its own thing.
I know she keeps like continuing the Inheritance Games, and it's like forever long now. I've
Yeah.
only read like the first book, and I'm like really behind on that one. But I wish
Yeah.
she would continue this one, but she's not.
Oh, well, she's clearly an incredible writer because everybody loves both of those series. And anyone who has read the Natural series, they only ever talk amazing things about it.
Yes.
I have never heard something negative. So I'm very intrigued by it.
Mhm.
Well, I am still working on Skyward. For those of you guys that are in my Patreon, this is what we're reading. If y'all need to know, your leader is super behind, but that's okay. And silly me, Audible had the audiobook for free up until the 29th. And I got on there on the 29th because I was thinking it was next day. So I thought today was the 29th. Yeah. And so I'm over there like,
man.
What? Now I'm going to have to either buy this or use a credit or something. But praise the Lord, my mom had it. So I will be using her Audible for today so I can finish this book because I'm like halfway in and it's like I don't want to have to spend a whole credit for half of an audiobook, but it is really good. I am loving it. It's one of the first sci-fis that I've read in a hot minute. And so I'm really enjoying that, which has got me excited about. I think we're both in the what is it, the Libronauts? I'm not sure how you actually say
Libronauts.
Yes. So we're both in that, and that's like the sci-fi side, which I'm excited to get into that side more. Mm-hmm. So I just got Cody to go.
The book club pick for that yesterday, and it's crazy. It's so good.
I am excited. I have Cody picking it up for me from the library today, and I'm very, very excited for that one.
Have you read any John Mars?
I've never even heard of John Mars.
Oh man, he wrote The One, which this one is similar to The One, but it's so good. He goes in different directions, and you'll see what I mean when you start reading it, that most authors are kind of afraid to dive into, but
gotcha. Yeah, I'm excited. It sounded like such a cool book. I had never heard of something like that, so I'm very excited for that one. Okay, well, let's go ahead and start saying hello to different people who are jumping on. Hello, Carla. How are you? What are you reading today? So happy that you're here. And then, of course, Courtney. This girl, she is like everywhere, and I love it. Her name's just always popping up on things. Hello, you're working from home today, so thanks for keeping me company again while I work anytime, almost anytime, I'd say. I was telling Hannah and I were just talking about how we love doing these, but whenever you're putting on the sprint, you don't realize but you feel like you ran a sprint at the end of it, and you're like, I need a nap. So, hello, Laura. You're excited to get some reading done. Okay, Laura, I can't remember if it was you or one of the other Lauras, because there are a couple of you guys in the Readathon Discord, but one of you guys read Veronica Mars, and I need to know which one of you it was, and I need to talk to you about it because have you ever, Hannah, have you ever watched or read anything Veronica Mars?
I've heard about them, but no, I've never read them.
Okay, so you could watch I think it's 3 seasons, and they have a movie that came out years later. But if you like the whole younger kids solving crimes and mysteries and murders and stuff like that, you would love Veronica Mars. So I highly recommend watching it. It is so good. I loved that one. So I'm interested.
A show?
I didn't know it was a book. That's why I wanted to talk to them about it. It's like, hello, who knew? Yeah. I know every time we do a sprint, I learn about, this movie or this book or this show is actually a book. Like we've been talking about How to Train Your Dragon, and none of us knew that was a book series.
Oh my
God. I know. I had no idea. I just thought it was these amazing movies that we absolutely adore.
Wow. I didn't know that either.
Yeah. And so we've all been talking about this. And then literally the next day we went to a thrift store and Cody found the entire set. The lady had just set it on the shelves and he's like, I'm going to need those off the shelves. And so she picks them up and puts them in our cart. Yeah, for $1.25 a piece. I'm like, Cody, we're not supposed to be buying books, but I'm not going to pass this one up.
Oh my gosh. What are the odds? That's hilarious.
I know. I've never seen them in my life. And then we get the entire set in one sitting. It was crazy. It was crazy. So, hi, Mom. You're hanging out with Piper and getting some reading in. Yes, Piper really wanted to go see Boo. That's what she calls my mom, and Boompaw is my dad. Yeah. So she wanted to go hang out with him, and I'm like, okay, why not? Your dad's going to be close. So, hello, April. You're at work today, but wanted to stop in and say hello. Thank you, April. So happy that you're here. My computer's always lagging a little bit. Hello there. Maddie, did you know that Jennifer Lynn Barnes is from Tulsa, Oklahoma? I did not. Oh I visit Tulsa, Oklahoma so frequently. I can't be one of those people who hunts down her address and just goes and sees her, but surely she's going to do an event or something.
Yeah, especially with those new books coming out.
I did not know that. Jana, look at you being on top of things. I love it. Hi, Sam. You need to get working on things, so you'll probably listen to all the dangerous things. You're 62% in and enjoying it. I don't know what that one is, but you
I
have
think it's a
recommended some really
thriller.
good books. That's what I'm thinking too. That's what I'm thinking too.
Stacey Willingham, I think. I've not read them,
Wow.
but
Yeah, I don't know. Your dog is like getting it. I love it. I'm shocked that mine aren't over here like barking at the computer.
well, we like opened our window blinds a little bit so he could like see, and that was the
Oh
worst
yeah.
thing we ever
Yeah.
did.
Yes, that's anytime. So like our door is right next to me right there, and it's a sliding glass door, and so it's just all glass, that whole wall. And so anytime a boat drives by, my dogs lose their minds. And it's fishing season slash like everybody's out for summer. So it's just almost constant. And it's like there's no keeping them from that. They've learned. So they'll move the curtains out of the way so that they can get to the glass. Yeah, it's ridiculous. That's okay. That's okay. And Sam, we are definitely thinking about you and praying about for you guys. Sorry about she had to put her kitty down last night, which is so sad.
Oh,
So,
Sam, so
yeah.
sorry.
Yeah. So let us know if there's anything we can do. So happy that you're here though, and that we got to say hi. Hello, how are you? And I see you have a second one. You're making dinner. It's evening here in Norway. That is a country or a place that I've always wanted to go just because it's like I know nothing about it. So I want to know more.
Ah,
But Norway, wow, it's
so
evening
cool.
there. My goodness, my goodness. Which you're probably like, wow, it's morning there. So wait, is this like evening like the 30th, or are you actually behind? I want to know. I'm always intrigued by that. I will not remember it come next week. I'm terrible with timetables and things. It's awful. Hi, Sonia. Popping on to say hello. Not reading, getting ready for work, but wanted to say hello. Hey, that is okay. And you just had a little tea time thing, didn't you, on your own channel? I ended up being way busier this morning because you guys submitted so many books that I had to go and like update everything. It's like, oh, I have no time now. So I wasn't able to pop on, but I will go back and rewatch it. But we'll have to join the next one. Carla, you have yard work and need to spray our apple and pear trees. You're going to be listening to Howl's Moving Castle.
Oh,
I'm a big fan of Howl's Moving Castle.
I've
Have
not
you
watched it or read it. Yeah,
really?
I really wanted to, but I've just never
Yeah.
gotten around to it.
Yeah. So that's one of those ones that like I don't know how to explain it. I really like it. And it's like a comfy like book and slash movie.
Yeah,
I
I've
love it.
heard that it's very, like, cozy, very low status sort of
Yes.
thing.
Yes, yes. I love it. I'm actually reading as well as Skyward because I can't just do one. The Search for Wandla, and
Hmm.
it was reminding me so much of Howl's Moving Castle.
Oh,
It's
nice.
very good. It's very, very fast, and there's a lot of art inside. I talked about this last week that the author actually illustrated, and it is amazing.
Oh, wow, that's
I'm
cool.
loving it, which is helpful because he'll like talk about things and you're like, I don't know what that is because it's fictional. And so then he'll give you like a picture of it and you're like, ah, okay, I would have
Oh.
not, wouldn't have thought about that. Okay, so Veronica Mars is the best. I agree. I love Veronica Mars, but I just did not realize that that was a book. So if you guys have watched the movies or read the books, which ones do you prefer? Or is it like, are they even the same? Because you know how there's some that
Mm,
are completely
yeah.
different and it just follows along like a different rabbit trail or something. Because I would still read it even if it was the same, but it's good to know. You're reading An Scapegoat by Jana Rollins and listening to Clammed Up by Barbara Ross. Are you doing that at the same time? Because that'd be real hard. I don't know how you do it, but those both sound really good. And I have been slowly learning your taste in books, and we have very similar tastes. So I would
I think
probably
Clammed
enjoy
Up
those.
is a cozy mystery, I think, and it looks
That's what I
really
was thinking. Because doesn't Barbara Ross usually write cozy
Mhm.
mysteries?
I think
Okay.
so.
That's what the only thing that gave it away for me, like Clammed Up meant nothing to me, but okay, it was you. The books fall between the movie and show. The audio is narrated by Kristen Bell, who plays Veronica Mars,
Oh,
and
wow.
the books are written by Rob Thomas, who actually produced Veronica Mars. That is amazing. Okay, so like I said, there's the show that follows her through high school and then like her first year in college, and then it just stops on this huge cliffhanger, and everyone's like, what is happening? And then years later, they came out with the movie, which picked up like with her as if it was years later. So they didn't just try and start it back up where they left off. And so they
Yeah.
had to kind of cover up like these cliffhangers. So I
Yeah.
wonder if the books actually followed that, because I'm still like, I don't know. Like, I'm kind of lost. So that would be interesting. And Carla, completely off the subject of books, what are you spraying your trees with? Okay, so my mom is a huge gardener as well. So I'm not shocked that you're asking that at all.
Hmm.
Hi, Hannah. She's a teacher too, former elementary teacher for 20 plus years, currently teach at college now. My goodness.
Oh my gosh. I teach elementary. I am a first grade teacher. So like we're on different
Yeah.
spectrums, but 20 plus years is crazy. Good for you.
Yes.
Thank you for your
Yeah.
service, son.
I have so much respect for teachers because I can only deal with like one child, and that's what I
Yeah.
have. Like, I couldn't imagine a room full of pipers and you're having to like hope that honestly just make sure that they survive till the end of the day,
Yeah.
because the amount of times that Piper does something that I'm like, this will kill you, is shocking.
Yeah.
Who knew? Who knew?
And a lot of it is like also behavior management of like trying to get them settled long enough to teach them something. And
Yes.
like I feel like now teaching now is a lot different than teaching a while ago. And Sonia, I'm sure you can attest to that. But I feel like education has changed over the years and it's
Yeah.
just becoming a little bit tougher each year.
Gotcha.
Um,
Gotcha. And you're going to still be doing first grade next year, right? Like, you're in the
Mhm.
same room, don't have to do anything now. Well,
Thank
you
goodness.
still got to plan and stuff, but that's
I,
awesome. Did you
I have
teach
like
first grade last year?
I did. I did.
Okay.
For my first year, I taught second grade, and then I moved up to first grade, or moved down to first grade, and then did first grade again, and then I'm gonna stay in first grade. And I'm
Yeah.
kind of hoping that's because I've found my sweet spot, and I'm fine with that. But
Yeah.
it
Yeah.
varies year to year, so hopefully they won't change me.
Well, that's awesome. Yeah, I do not have the mental capacity to go with that many first graders. So, Jennifer Lynn Barnes will be doing some events in OKC in June at Best of Books in June. Okay. See,
Best of books in June.
this is
Ah,
why I love the bookish community, because there's somebody who knows something that I need to know at some point, and they always tell you. I love it. Wow. So, that's actually really well, it's not like really close to us, but it's closer. Tulsa is only about an hour and a half, and we do frequent Tulsa, but Oklahoma City is a bit further, but I'll still go there. So sorry, Sam. We love our fur babies. Yes, we do. My mom had to put one of our dogs down just a couple months ago, which was really sad. We had her from the day she was born, literally the day she was born. It was so sad. Oh, in Edmond. Okay. Hey,
mhm.
that's still close-ish. I guess, well, I would say that about anywhere in Oklahoma.
Yeah.
We're literally closer to Arkansas than like Oklahoma, it seems like. So I shouldn't say that, but I say it. 6 hours ahead of you. Okay. Okay. So it's not too bad. That's not too bad. It's the same day.
That's so
All
funny to
right.
think about that you've already
Yeah,
lived this day.
I know.
We just
I
started
know.
it.
So I'm like, you should come here and you'll gain your day. But that's not really how it works. Like, it doesn't change anything about your actual life. But yes, it's a thriller. Getting so many of my thrillers read for the readathon. Thank you. You appreciate all the thoughts and prayers. Of course. Of course. Yeah. And it has been so fun to watch all you guys submit all your books, and just like this whole array of books has been so funny as well. And I'm learning a lot about each person. I'm realizing that, because it's like, oh, you like these kinds of books, or you like these ones, or like Cody, because he does audiobooks. So I think he's working on his 10th book, which is insane to me.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, because he can
That's
listen to him so fast. And he did a lot of cozy mysteries at first, and he was like, babe, I hate cozy mysteries. But
I
he
was
likes
gonna say, does he like them? Oh my
no,
gosh.
no, he absolutely hates them. And I'm over there like, how can you hate cozy mystery? But it's like, oh yeah, because you love things like John Wick and like blood and gore. And I'm like,
Yeah,
nope.
they're
But he
definitely not
did.
the same.
No, no, not at all. And he had read The Chestnut Man, which I don't know if you know anything about that. It was a book of the month in like 2019 or something. But
Mhm.
he convinced me to read that. And so we ended up finding it at a book sale for $1. So we
Oh,
bought it and I read it, and it was really good. But I'm like, I see why we don't like cozy mysteries, Cody, because this is not at all that. it was something vastly different. So he
Mhm.
stopped listening to his cozy mysteries, and like he had saved all these different audiobooks at the beginning. And so now he's run out of like all his things on Hoopla. And so he can't get anything else. And he's like, I literally only have cozy mysteries left. And he is like begrudgingly about to start them. But I'm like, maybe you'll find one you like. I don't know. He wasn't a fan, which I kind of get, but I love him. You did have, yes, a coffee chat live on your channel was excellent. Had a lot of conversation about mystery and mayhem. Oh, you adore Howls and anything. I can never say that right. Ghibli, right? Or like,
I
I
don't
feel
know.
like I butchered your
I
name.
always say Ghibli, but I think it's Ghibli. I don't know. Either way, I think it's fine.
Yeah. Well, I will go back and watch that. And anytime you are doing one of those, um, if you post it on Instagram or whatever, I'm going to make sure to share it because I definitely would like to attend. I love being able to talk about books. It's so nice. And you've been reading a lot of mystery and mayhem, lots of library books. Well, that makes it sound like I usually don't. I read lots of general. There we go. Rob Thomas, the writer from Veronica Mars, wrote the book. So if you like the TV, you will enjoy the books.
Oh,
All right.
nice.
Sign me up. Not that I'm not supposed to be getting any more books. I'm actually going to have a video coming out tomorrow because in case y'all missed, I just did like a 50 book haul this last month, and that wasn't even all of them. I realized actually what happened was I shot the video and then Cody came home and was like, hey, so I hit up a couple little libraries on my way home and there was like 15 more books.
It also like doesn't help that both of you read because at my
Yes.
house only I read, and so it's
Yes.
just my books. So I can
Yes.
only
And I
imagine
have
like that.
a lot of people have told me that, and they're like, I think you have that many because Cody also reads.
Yeah.
And it's like, yeah, you're probably right. But in his defense, he has like that bookcase. Okay, I gotta get this right. This bookcase over here, he has about that same size in his bedroom. And it's
Mhm.
chock full of like his books. And then pretty much everything else on the boat are books that like I bought, but he will read some of these for sure. But we
See,
also, yeah, whenever I'm not doing a readathon, I actually get through a lot of books in 1 month because I do the tandem reading. So I'm able to just go a lot faster. And then like
yeah.
Piper goes to sleep at 7:30 and Cody's usually not long after. So my nights, that's what I usually spend my nights doing is just reading.
Yes.
So yeah, I get through a lot of books. So it's like, okay, we bought 50 books, but I usually read anywhere from like 20 to 25 in a month, just depending.
Ooh, dang,
So,
girl. That's a lot.
well, yes, but they're not like they're usually not all like these massive thick ones, because I love
Yeah.
middle grade, so those are fast reads as well. And then like the ones that are only about 200, 250 pages, I read those, and those are, if you're doing audiobook, it's really fast.
Yeah.
So I don't feel as bad. This month I do because I did not read as much as I was hoping. So, not at the same time, both books are cozy mysteries. I always have 3 books going: ebook, audio, and handheld. See, that is wonderful. I struggle to listen like just to an audiobook just because I don't have a lot of things that I'm doing that can let me just listen to an audiobook
Mhm.
because it's either like if I'm talking or hanging out with Piper or playing with Piper where I can't just listen to an audiobook because then I'm ignoring her because I'm trying to follow what's going on,
Yeah.
or I just completely miss what I'm listening to. So I usually just use my audiobooks as tandem reading, but I did do a couple weeks ago the Library of Borrowed Hearts, which Hannah, if you love romance books, which I know that you do, and you love like the cutesy ones,
Mhm.
you have to read that book.
Oh,
It was so
so
good.
cute.
I absolutely loved it. And I am not someone who does romance books. I just don't really read them a lot unless it's like, okay, you really have
Really?
to. Yes. And I
Wow.
loved this book. It was so cute. And it's one that I'm like, everybody's going to know about it because I'm not going to shut up about it because it was so good. And I hope that I have to look and see if she has like a backlist, but she has a couple more that are going to be coming out down the road. And I'm really excited for them because it was a funny time, but it was also like, it wasn't just one, I don't know how to say it. It wasn't like romance heavy to where the whole plot was this, romance that's happening. The plot was a romance that happened, but you learn about it through notes that were left in books.
Oh,
It was
cute.
so good.
Oh,
It
that
was
sounds
so
adorable.
good. I loved it so much.
I'll have to look
So,
at them.
yes, you will definitely. I will I will highly recommend it. So you use Garden Tech 7 to spray apple, pear, and we'll do raspberries after they blossom. Works amazingly. Our pears especially are huge and no bugs or worms. Hey, that's amazing. We always had bugs and worms. So there you go, Mom. I don't know what you use. So first grade, God bless you. She taught third for 17 years, second for 3, and then multi-agents ESL for 2.
Oh,
wow. And I'm like, third and second are both grades that I still would struggle with. I think I would do fine if it was like 8th grade, maybe 9th grade, but at the same time, I'm like, but you also start getting weird because puberty's coming on, you know? So like weird things just happen. Yeah. So I don't know. Maybe I'm just not meant for any grade. And that's why I'm not a teacher. But I do love kids. I can't imagine 30 or even close to 30 kids in one room. That's a lot.
You got to have some patience for sure.
Yes. And yeah, that's a lot. So you'll have to check it out. You're losing the bug battle with it. Yes, you are. I know. You need to be proactive with your plum trees. Yeah, we had orange and pear trees at our old house, and we always had it where like the ones that survived, they looked really good, and then our neighbors would pick them off over the fence. So like I think we ended up with one last year. It was ridiculous. Yeah, I'm like, we won the battle against the bugs, but not the neighbors. So education has changed in big ways for sure. The incorporation of tech was a huge swing. I could talk about it for hours. Yeah, I didn't even think about that. Like being someone who taught probably without technology to now, technology is so prevalent.
Yeah. And I think it does take a toll on kids too. Like with today's kids don't really know how to be bored. Yes. And so they're like, if they sit for an hour and listen to you talk, it's going to easily make them bored. And so it's really hard to try and compensate that. So.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I mean, I struggle, and I have Piper, and she has a really hard time trying to be bored, but I'm like, we're going to be. Like, I need you to be bored because you're going to learn so much from it. I promise. Yeah. But she's not used to it either. And we're pretty strict with like, she can have tablet time, but she has to earn it.
Oh, good.
Because, yeah, it's not like we obviously don't have a TV in our house. Like you can see our projector up here. So we have to literally go and plug every single thing in and then lower our shade over here, which is our movie thing. And it's like, we just don't do it.
That is so much fun.
It's wonderful. It's like you have this massive screen in your boat, which is wonderful. And I love that. But it's
really on a boat is like the coolest thing ever.
I know. I love it so much. There's definitely times when I'm like, so fun story. I'll get into this super quick, but this isn't all about me, but I'm going to tell you guys a story. So just a couple of weeks ago, actually it was for spring break. We went on a camping trip with our friends, and we thought, Piper was with my parents, and we thought, hey, let's go ahead and go kayaking because we all love kayaking. And so we went kayaking on this one river. Girl, legit almost drowned. Like, not even kidding. It was like my friends pulled me out and they were like, we literally thought we were going to be pulling your body out of that. It was one of the most terrifying experiences of my life. But imagine going through that and then you come back home and you live on a boat, which is on water. And I literally would wake up in the middle of the night like, we're drowning. And it's like, oh, we're fine. I know. It was horrible. It was horrible. But I'm like, that was the only time when I was like, didn't love living on a boat. But I'm past it now. We're good. We've all survived. We're great.
Oh my goodness.
And now I love living on the boat.
I'm glad that turned out the way it did. That could have been so bad.
Yeah, it was not fun. But the rest of the trip was great because I just sat by the fire and read the whole time. So that was good.
Here you go.
And I'm unofficial doing the Mystery and Mayhem. Haven't signed the Google sign-in sheet, but used the prompts this week. Hey, I love that. That is just fine by me. Actually, a lot of people didn't use the Google sign-in sheet, and that's okay because it was more just like so I could see how many people. But then Discord has changed so much that it has helped to also be able to see where people, like how many are in each team and stuff like that. Yeah. So probably won't even be a thing next year, to be honest. The books pick up the continued story. Yes, questions are answered. Also, there is a season 4 on Hulu that falls after the movie. Yes, I saw that. I just haven't. I haven't yet never ever used Hulu, and I don't really know why because I know it's a great platform. I just we don't watch a lot of stuff anymore, so we usually will pick one platform and we'll subscribe to that for the month because it's like, why pay for all of these ones when you're probably not going to watch all of them? So just save money. And then after we watched everything that month that we want to watch, or a couple months, then we switch to the next platform and we just kind of go on a rotation like that. So we might have to add Hulu on there because I know they also have, which correct me, well, you might not know, but they have Resident Alien, which is a really funny show as well. It's literally about an alien who's trying to like live as a human. So he's super awkward and weird, and I love it. I love it so much. Yeah, it's one of my favorite shows. By the way, if you still need YA, Margot Merritts, by Carrie Mackerson, and Ian McWorthy has a YA duology with Veronica Mars vibes. Ooh,
nice to know.
I know. I'm like, my list always gets longer after these events, which is insane.
Me too.
And Darker Days. Oh yeah, I'm not gonna be able to say that. Jess Accordo. Sure, it's Veronica Mars meets fantasy. Okay. I'm telling you, Hannah, you would love Veronica Mars since you like that sort of.
Yeah, I'll have to look it up.
You're going to love it. Especially since you read different genre books too. My husband is getting into reading, but he mostly reads my books I already have. He's also in his fantasy book era. That is Cody because he's trying to make his way through Wheel of Time. So I'm pretty sure he had like this desire to read Wheel of Time and he was going to try and beat my mom because my mom started them in March. And she is literally starting book 14 today, which is,
oh my gosh.
Yeah, and book 14 is 1,000-something pages.
Which is crazy.
I know. And so Cody's like, yeah, I'll beat her. And I'm like, oh, babe, that's cute. Because he's I think we're on book 4. He might be on book 5 now. I'm not sure. But he is getting to where he wants like those thick, meaty books. And maybe that's a man thing. Whenever
I don't understand that.
I don't know. Like I yes, there are some books that I do. Like I do want to read Wheel of Time, but I do not want to read Wheel of Time all in one sitting, or it be the only thing I'm reading for a while. And that's why I also haven't started Way of Kings by Brandon Sanderson because it is such a thick boy that I'm like, I really need the time.
Yeah.
Because that is an investment of time for sure. So yes, Cody reads all sorts of books and he is starting to also read some that he's like, okay, Maddie probably wouldn't love because I don't love like blood and gore and things. And I definitely don't want to read about it.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, he's starting to get into some books and I'm like, that's yours. We don't have to share it.
That's your pile.
Yeah, that's how he feels about my cozy mysteries now. So, Maddie, you helped me dip my toes into Brandon Sanderson. You really enjoyed it. She read Tress of the Emerald Sea, if I'm not mistaken, and I'm so happy that you loved it. It always breaks my heart a little bit when people are like, "Yeah, it was okay," and I'm like, oh, "It's like my favorite book ever." I loved that book. Which, if you're all about pirates,
that one had pirates.
Yes.
In it.
So.
Yes. Isn't it fantasy though? Because like I'm not a huge fantasy person.
Right. Okay. So have you ever watched Princess Bride?
No. I've not seen a lot of classic movies. I really haven't.
Well, here's the deal. So we're going to be having a movie night where we watch Princess Bride because you, Hannah, Sam and Amy Marie, none of y'all have watched Princess Bride. And my little old heart can't handle that because it was such a good movie. But it is very similar to that. And it is fantasy, but it is not like, it's not a heavy fantasy. So she lives on a different planet. But beyond that, there's, I don't know how to explain it. It's not extreme fantasy. It is more just, hey, you're going to follow this girl who has like no superpowers or anything like that. That's not a thing of this. You don't have like, I mean, you do have like, well, there is a dragon, but it's like,
I get you. Like, it's not they call it high fantasy, like not a bunch of world building and stuff. Like
no, it's very simple world building. And I think that was something that he wanted to do. He has these 4 books with this first like secret project is what they were called. And he tried to make it to where it was easy, soft world building, just enough so that you understand what's going on. And then the rest is just story driven. And I love that. There's not a lot of politics, stuff like that. And I mean, Tress is she's a wonderful character. And she is not a pirate, but she does end up with pirates. And it is so funny because you have all these different ones. And then there's like a zombie who's a doctor, and he is hilarious. I'm telling you, it is such a good time. I feel like everybody would love that no matter where you come from, because it hits like all the different categories of maybe not horror. It doesn't really have horror in it, but I could talk about Tress all day, but I won't do that because I know a lot of people have already heard about it and read about it, and they're like, okay, move on. But I loved it so much. I loved it so much. I would say you need to read that before you need to read the other one that I had mentioned, which Library of Borrowed Hearts, because I love them both, but Tress is my favorite. Donna, your husband just walked through your backyard, followed by my husband in the truck. I'm so confused. Yeah. Girl, me too. I don't know. So Donna is my best friend, and she lived close to our old house. So that's where Cody's supposed to be at. So I didn't know he was at your house either. But I'm happy that you're here, Donna. And good afternoon, Grandma Susan. Guys, just because her name is Grandma Susan, she is feisty. She's been submitting all her different books. And I'm like, girl, you are going after these other teams. It is so funny because I just wouldn't have expected it. I wouldn't have expected it. It's so funny. Donna, it's your day to watch the boys. You know, fair enough. Fair enough. When those two get together, I was with them when I almost drowned. So I don't know if that says something. It was a whirlwind experience. Oh, how I would love to ditch every TV we have, but I think would be a deal breaker for my fella. Yeah, I get that. Mm-hmm. That's how my mom and my dad are, and it's so funny. Cody didn't take hardly any convincing, which was shocking. So yeah, you literally laughed out loud. Hi, Bex. How are you? What are you reading? We're about to get started on a sprint. We keep chatting, but you guys are so talkative, and I love it. And I don't want you guys to feel like I'm ignoring any of y'all. Yes, you really enjoyed Tress. Loved the world. The spores were so interesting to me. Confession, I am not a fan of Princess Bride, but love Tress. I didn't see the connection. Hey, and that's okay. I don't know. Let me try to think what I'm trying to say. So the connection is that he wrote the book because he was thinking, or he loved Princess Bride and they were watching it. And then he thought, hey, this book or this movie is so good, except for those of you who don't know, the main character, who it's literally named after, is actually a very small part of the entire movie. And she doesn't really do anything. And he's like, I want to write a book where the woman is like, no, you can't take my loved one and get away with it. Like, I will come and rescue him. And that's what the premise of the book is about. So that's kind of why people will correlate the two, because it's like, it's similar to Princess Bride, where they're going on a journey and you go through all these crazy adventures and like these crazy things are happening. But she's actually the one going on this adventure and not just waiting and pining, if that makes sense.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. So I love them both, but I do love that Tress was like, no, I'm getting my man, whether you like it or not. Yeah. So clearly I get it from my mother. We love Princess Bride in our house. Hi, Jules. How are you? You're working, but saw Hannah shared Sprint, so here I am. Well, it is so nice to have you. And then the zombie doctor was hilarious. The audio was incredible. Yes. So I highly recommend. It's weird whenever you listen to audiobook because the guy is doing Tress's voice and it's predominantly, female driven. Mm-hmm. And so his voice is like, it's a little annoying, but he does all the other voices so good that I'm like, I'll put up with it, because Dr. Oolong's voice is the best. I hear it in my head. He narrates a lot of things for me now in my head. It's so good. Okay, I don't know what this one is. Listening to Diavola?
Oh, I don't know that.
No idea. I have no idea either. And Susan, you're also reading Skyward, listening to Never Fall Again, Christian suspense. Ooh. I have not heard of Never Fall Again, but I too am reading Skyward because I am behind. So, yes, and that is where As You Wish. So if anybody says As You
Wish, wow,
that's what it's from. Yeah. Yeah. Also, not sure how I wasn't subscribed here yet, but I rectified that immediately. Well, thank you, Jules. You're so sweet. So sweet. and you have softy enough dress, that's okay. Not feeling it, but haven't completely given it up. I totally get that. I was that way with Brandon Sanderson's book, The Sunlit Man, because that one, it's not that there's a lot of world building, but he uses a lot of items in it. And like we were talking about earlier with Lawandla, I don't understand what they are, and if you don't show me a picture, I am struggling to figure out what are they using. Like this could be a toilet that we're talking about. It could be a gun. I have no idea.
Oh my God.
So if that explodes and I don't know what it is, it could go bad. You know what I mean? So yeah. You rarely watch TV, just YouTube and books. That's pretty much us. Yeah, we've gotten to where we watch a lot of YouTube. Because now I know so many of you guys.
Does that count?
Yeah, yes. I love to do that. So we'll do movie nights, or we do game nights on Friday nights. And then afterwards, I'll usually stay up and watch YouTube because we have the massive screen down. And I'm like, it's already set up. Otherwise, I don't watch it on my big screen. But you honestly are not reading anything. You've done reading for the month. So now you're just working on editing and uploading videos. Yep. Nice. Yep. That takes a long time. That takes a long time. I never thought of how long it would take to edit a video, but it's very long. And the sleuths need to calm down. They're messing up my fun. It's our sad, evil laugh. So I will tell you though, I'm trying to think about how much to say. Watching who sabotages who has actually been really fascinating. Yeah. So yeah, it's not just the sleuths. You guys are all playing dirty, but I can say that the four masterminds, like the lassies went hard at you guys from the very beginning, which was real. I did not expect that, to be honest. I was like, oh, like almost the first submission is, hey, we're going to go ahead and just take away points whether they exist or not. It's so funny. Same, your TV rarely gets turned on, although I did just get sucked into Bridgerton, so I have been watching that, but it's been a long time since I watched anything. Sam loves Bridgerton as well. You think the waiting and pining is why I didn't care for Princess Bride. Maybe I need to rewatch it. Yeah, I didn't love that either. So once I was like, okay, we're just going to ignore that aspect, and I'm just going to pay attention to all the other characters and how each of them literally could stand to have their own show or movie. That says a lot to me about side characters. Yeah. So I loved it. So we definitely need a Princess Bride movie night. Looking forward to Knives Out movie night tomorrow. Yes, I am too. It has been a hot minute since I've seen Knives Out. And
you watched the second one? I don't know if it like
Glass Onion.
Oh my gosh, I love Glass Onion. Glass Onion is probably better for me than Knives Out. Yeah. I love Knives Out, but Glass Onion is so good. Oh,
I love both of those so much. And I think the only reason why I liked Knives Out a little bit more, and honestly, it's literally like by like a point, I love it more. And it's because I figured out Glass Onion before the reveal. And so that kind of was like, oh, but honestly, I wouldn't have if I hadn't been paying attention. Like I was paying too close of attention, and I think it's because I couldn't figure out Knives Out. Then I'm like, maybe I can do this one, and I did. But I probably wouldn't have had I watched that one first or whatnot. Which I think you could watch those out of order, and it'd be just fine too.
Yeah, I don't think they go together.
No, not at all. They're completely different, and I love them both. But I think it was, I don't remember. One of the girls had said that they'd never watched Knives Out, and it's like, all right, well then that's the movie we're gonna watch because I want to do a movie thing with everybody. So, yeah. Hi, Maddie. Hi, Hannah. Hello, Christina. You're hoping to read The Gunslinger, Dark Tower, Book 1. Oh, Cody will be so jealous. He wants to read that so badly. While painting, if I can get all my adulting done. Hugs the like button. Well, thank you. Thank you. And all of you guys are saying hello to each other. Christina also loved The Princess Bride. That's awesome. And you're off to work. Have an amazing day, everyone. Yes, bye, Sonia. We will see you next time. And so everyone's saying bye. So on that note, we're going to go ahead and get into our first sprint. Hannah, do you like shorter sprints or longer sprints?
I'm personally a fan of a longer sprints, just so I can get in my book.
Yes. Well, let's do that. We're going to go ahead and actually do almost an hour. We're going to come back on the 45, so it'll actually be 58 minutes. But we're going to go ahead and do that. That way you guys have plenty of time to do whatever you need to get done. So I'm going to get everything set up on my end, and we will be back on the 45.
Sounds good.
Okay, see you guys then. Hello, guys. Hi,
Hi.
Hannah. Did you have a good break?
I did. I
Yeah.
went outside and I laid out in my hammock, which is my favorite place to go. And I got about 50 pages read in my book. And it's
Hey,
so
that's
good.
amazing.
Ugh, I love
That's
this
so
series
good.
so much.
Yeah. Yeah. I know that Grandma Susan was asking about it in the Discord, and I was like, I
Yeah,
can't
I
pull
just
it
saw
up.
that.
But yeah, I'm like, I'm going to have to, I really want to look at that book. And I just realized I need to not watch your videos because my list gets so long every time I watch your videos. And it's because like I haven't read or I really didn't get back into reading until like November of last year, maybe. And so that was like a 4, 5, 6 year break of like really reading books. And so because of that, I'm like, yeah, I'm way behind. And so every time I hear a book, it's like, oh, I need to add that one, or oh, I need to add that one. But you will never guess what book Cody got for me from the library. Can you guess what it might
Ooh.
be?
Give me the genre.
I
Please don't.
mean, let's just say it was one that you highly recommend.
Oh, no, you bought just for the summer.
But you're on the right track.
Was it a romance?
Yeah. Think prior to just part of, or
Was it Fable?
no, it's part of your world.
Oh, Part of Your World.
Yes,
Oh
I was like,
my
it's before that one, but
God.
yes. So I'm gonna finally
Yes.
jump onto the Abby train, and I am very excited for it.
I will tell you that Just for the Summer was like 3 times as good as Part of Your World. A lot of
Yeah,
people love Part of Your World. I just didn't like the main girl in Part of Your World, but I
yeah,
know that's a very, like, minority opinion, like, nobody believes that.
right.
But, Just for the Summer is so good. Like, I had no complaints whatsoever with that one,
Yeah.
so
Then that's what I keep hearing. So it's like, okay, well, you need to start somewhere. So I'm going to start with Part of Your World, then do yours truly. And then I'll finally get there. And my goal is to actually read that during the summer.
yeah.
So
I will say you do need to read Part of Your World first
yeah,
because, like, you see cameos of the characters in there,
yeah.
so
Well, I'm excited to start that. Not
that's
like I don't
exciting.
have, like, I literally have nothing that is prompting me to read that book except for the fact that I want to read just for the summer. So it's like I have to read these other 2 books first. But
She's a really good writer too. She
yeah,
really like she does different things than normal romance writers do, I feel
yeah.
like.
That's what Sam was saying. And it's like, okay, Sam likes it too, just as much as everybody else. So like everybody
Mhm.
has talked nothing but good stuff about her writing. So I'm excited to finally get into it. But
That's exciting.
I was basically just listening to my audiobook of Skyward, and I literally realized like I have already listened to all of this stuff. I had put my bookmark in the wrong spot in my book. So I listened to like 4 chapters that I've already read. And so just
Oh,
gotta,
man.
I know, like I didn't get any further in my book technically, but I just really know what's going on now, which is good. So that's okay. That's okay. But how did everybody else do? I'd love to know where you guys got. Betsy joined in. This is kind of where we picked up.
That's it.
Hey, everyone, you're reading Truly Devious. I don't know what that one is. You're running late and just got here. That's okay. That's okay. I hope that you are enjoying Truly Devious. Love the picnic ambiance. Yeah,
Oh,
I
it's
was like,
so cute.
it's like perfect weather for this, at least where we're at.
Mhm.
But you don't want a picnic because the mosquitoes are terrible.
Yeah.
So I'm like, well, I'm just gonna virtual picnic. So I'm so
It
happy that
makes
you
me
guys
wanna go on a real picnic though,
right,
but
and
in
like with the
reality, you'll get
actual
eat up.
basket and everything. Yes, Piper is constantly packing her bag to go on a picnic, which is not good because she unpacked her bag from like a week ago and there was like cheese in it and like a rotted apple.
Oh,
Yeah.
no.
And I was like, what was this from? And she's like, oh, I was going on a picnic. I was like,
Oh, no.
all right, well. So, hi, you're just getting here. Hello, Jen. You have about an hour before work call. I have to hop on. I'm currently listening to the latest in the Lady Hardcastle series, and I'm reading Murder in a Scottish Shire. I have not jumped into the Lady
Mm.
Hardcastle series yet, but it's another one that I hear really good things about. And anything that has to do with like Scottish and Shires and Scottish Shires,
Mhm.
all about it. Grandma Susan, you love Lady Hardcastle
Nice.
series. The picnic ambiance. Yes. Thank you guys. Thank you. it was definitely a spur of the moment. I had to quickly decide what I was going to do. You do as well. You really enjoyed the characters and the small town they live in. I hope the series continues for some time. I guess I thought that it was bigger than it is, but maybe it's not. I don't know. But with Cozy Mysteries, if that's what that is, they have so many.
Is it a cozy mystery?
I don't know. I thought so, but I was thinking, and I might be getting that confused with Veronica Speedwell.
Oh, yeah.
Like, same kind of vibes. I'm not sure if that's true. I could have very well just made that up in my head. You started a reread of Geek Girl by Holly Smell? We're going to say Smell. It's a YA contemporary read, just made into a TV series on Netflix.
Nice.
Oh, that's cool. That's cool. You too. The audio is perfect. Good to know. Hi, Sam. You got to 77% in All the Danger Things. Still liking it, but not a favorite. Curious how it is going to end now.
Yeah, those are pretty mid things about Stacey Willingham.
Oh, yeah. So, yeah, I haven't dived into that one yet. But I think that it's always interesting when you're like, I don't love this book, but I do need to know how this one goes. So I've only had one book. What was it called? There Should Have Been 8. Have you heard of that one?
I have not.
Okay, it's like a thriller mystery. And I was really excited about it because the premise is like, well, I thought it was going to be very similar to And Then There Were None. So kind of like along the same lines, but it's not really. And I could not finish it. And I still I desperately want to know who the murderer was, but not enough to read this book because the person who you're whose head you're in, I could not stand her. I could not stand her. I was like, we're just a petty little person and I cannot do this. So I had to DNF it. So if anybody has read that book, will you please let me know who the murderer is? Because
that has ruined so many thrillers for me. Is like when I do not like the person telling the story. Like I read Woman in Cabin 10 by Ruth Ware. Hated that one. And I love Ruth Ware because the main character got on my nerves so bad.
When they're insufferable, there's no saving this book for me at that point.
Mm-mm.
Yeah. And I tried. I gave this book 150 pages and I just could not. Because people are murdering and she's still like, oh, let's pay attention to myself. And I'm like,
that's so annoying.
Okay. Can't do it. So anyways, you guys might love the book. I personally hated it. The two of you host well together as well. Well, thank you.
Thanks, Susan.
It helps that we like to talk. That helps. You read her Jimenez Companion series. Really like it. Oh, good. Yeah. Sam is reading The Friend Zone, or she may have finished it. I think that's the first set of books that she wrote.
Yeah, that's her first trilogy, I believe.
Okay. I don't know much about that except for Sam was reading it, and the cover is really cute. But I didn't want to start with those because I really want to get to Just for Your Summer.
Mm-hmm.
So I said, we'll see.
Writing gets better with time, and so I hate to read the best ones and then go backwards. I feel like that's gonna take my enjoyment of the trilogy.
Yeah. Well, I wonder, Sam, you've read all of the newest books, I believe you said. So I'm interested. Did you like the first book of hers? Technically, I'm pretty sure Friend Zone was the debut novel or something along those lines.
Yeah.
So did you enjoy that? That would be interesting. Oh, and speaking of Sam, yay for reading Abby Jimenez. She agrees. Yeah, I'm really excited for that one. Yeah, I'm trying to get some of these books that's I really, really, really want to read compared to other things off my list a little bit faster because we have some big plans for books next year. And so starting in January, it's I'm going to kind of have to, I'm not going to be able to do that just yet. So let's get it done with today or this year, should I say. Where did it, man, this thing just jumps around. Hold on. There we are. Hi, Sharon. How are you? Good afternoon. You're still reading Coming Home to Seashell Harbor by Miranda Liaison. I have never read any of her stuff, and I'm so intrigued by her. A lot of people talk about her.
So cute.
Doesn't it, though? I'm like, you can get me with a title. If it's a good, quirky title. And you love Abby Jimenez. I still need to read Part of Your World also before reading Just for Summer. Well, if you pick up a copy, we'll do a buddy read because I just got it from the library and I'm very excited. Very,
Yes,
very
you
excited.
have to read Part of Your World first. I don't think you have to read. I mean, I would read Yours Truly first, but you don't have to. But you do need to read Part of Your World.
That's what I've seen. And even Abby was kind of like, yeah, you need to read them in order, but she was like, but mostly like Part of Your World, really.
Yeah, for
like,
sure.
Okay, well, I'll probably just read them in order because I'm a rule follower.
Yes,
You're on page 197, but this book has 1,010 pages. So I have a bit to go. Well, you put a little dent in it, Mom. Look at you. Now you only have 900 something pages.
Look
Maybe
how
800.
cute this one is that Sharon is reading. It's so
That is so cute.
It doesn't.
Oh my gosh, I love that.
So cute.
Okay, that's going to make me want to read it. I'm telling you, if it can have a cute cover and a cute title, I'm sold.
Yes, me too.
Yes. I tried this last week. Oh, I lied to you when I said I only read 2 books. I read 3, but one was specifically audiobook, and I just didn't like it, so that's probably why I forgot about it. But it was by Maddie Day, and I know that Amy Marie mentions Maddie Day a lot, but it's like her newer stuff. And this was, I believe, like the first book of this long series. And it was called like Flipped for Murder or something like that. Like she owns a pancake shop.
No, you didn't like it?
No, and I know. I was so sad because it's like, it's rare that I don't at least enjoy a cozy mystery. But this one, I literally was telling Cody, like, I'm just getting through because I have to finish something because I have not done hardly any reading. And I spent 3 days listening to it because I just couldn't convince myself to keep going. But it was like, I don't know. It was another one of those where the main character was more insufferable than the plot of the story was worth.
Oh, man, that stinks. I've really been wanting to try that one.
Yeah. I mean, it's one like when you have the time, read it, but don't put it at the top of your list.
Okay. That's good to know.
Yeah. Although Amy Marie might say something completely different. Maybe we just have different headspaces for it, but I just did not enjoy it. And you haven't read anything by Abby Jimenez as well. What's best book to start with? Hannah, you would know better than
I just now read Abby Jimenez this past month, and I started with Part of Your World. But I wish I would have started with the original trilogy first because, like I said, I think her writing just gets better with time. And it kind of, I feel like it's going to take my enjoyment going backwards. So if you're really if you're willing to be that determined, I would start with the original trilogy, like The Friend Zone and all that, and then move on to her newer releases because her newer releases are really good. So that's just, but other people will probably tell you different things. So
yeah. And I have no words of advice on that one because I'm not doing that. I'm starting Part of Your World. So, oh, and you love Veronica Speedwell. I was planning on trying to get to her this month. Every single month, her book is on my TBR, and I've yet to get to it.
Mine too. It's on my shelf, just staring at me.
I know, it's so bad, and I feel bad. So somebody had actually bought that for me as a surprise, and I still don't know who it is. It just showed up, and there was nothing in it, and so I'm like, I feel like I'm just doing a disservice, though. Like I should read this book because you bought it for me, but I haven't. So we'll see. Maybe this next month. Probably still won't happen. Do I keep getting the audiobook from the library every single month in hopes that I will read it? Yep. Still haven't used it. You got 5% between work calls. I have 9%. Okay, I need to know what this is. Diavola left. It's just okay, ready to be done with it. Oh, well, maybe I don't want to know what it is. By the way, my username is Librarian of Alexandra, but your name is Renee. Well, hello, Renee.
Hello, Renee.
Yeah, I was like, I don't think it's Alexandria because that might be like where you're at or something along those lines. Or it could have to do with The Walking Dead. You know, if you're a big zombie fan like I am, that's where my head immediately goes. Though, if people say...
There's that book she's reading.
Oh, I have seen that one. And I've always thought like, wow, that just looks wild, doesn't it?
I think it's a horror book. I think. I would assume that it's a horror. Yeah, that's probably not one I'm going to go towards.
Yeah. Nope. I'm good. I'm good. Cover didn't pull me in. Okay, so you don't get offended, but we will try and remember. Renee, it's nice to meet you, Renee. So happy that you're here. And you've been such a lively part of the conversation. I love it. And Lady Hardcastle series is a cozy series. Okay.
Oh, nice.
All right. So there we go. I read so many cozies. You would start with Part of Your World series. Okay, we'll see. So, and Carla saying thank you. You felt the same way with the woman in Cabin 10. So it's not just you.
But it is coming out I think they're making a movie about it. And Keira Knightley is the main character, which kind of.
You want to think it's going to be a good one.
I know. I'm really hoping that the movie kind of redeems it.
Yeah. Yeah. Sorry. My thing keeps jumping down to the very bottom. So then I have to scroll back up. So my mom likes your dog, Hannah. She thinks that he is adorable, right, boy?
Yes. He's like, you see him over there?
Oh my gosh. Oh my goodness. He is just living his best life. I love it.
Yeah, he really is. He's usually a camera hog. Whenever he hears me talking, he usually comes up here and.
Yeah. Mine are back here. You can kind of see them. There's Phoenix.
How cute!
Jubilee's laying over there. Yeah, they are like, oh, Mom's actually in our presence. This is amazing because
you're a big dog person.
Well, yes, yes. I would have been a small dog person had we known we were going to be moving onto a boat because they take up a lot of space. And Phoenix, the blonde one that's right behind me, she is like old. She's old. We don't know how old she is because we rescued her from a farm, and they didn't know how old she was. So we just got a big old dog, and I love her to death. But man, on a boat, it's a bit much. And yes, cute dog. I agree. I really want a small dog, but Cody's like, that's what we call like a snack. And I'm like, no, sir, we don't eat dogs. Yes, you finished The Friend Zone. It was a 5-star for me. There's language and some open door scenes. It made you sob though. Super emotional. Guys, if y'all want a super emotional book, you need to read The Book Thief. I've never sobbed like I did with that book. And you love Abby Jimenez and have read all her books and given them all 5 stars.
Wow.
That's amazing. I'm so excited for that. Hello.
Hi.
What are you guys working on? How are you? I was like, wow, there's a lot of tags, but there we go. There we go. Yeah, most of us, I think, are reading, but there's a couple who are having to work. So hello, nice to have you here. How are you? What are you working on? Jules, if you haven't yet, please tell them what your awesome book club did last night. Yes, please tell us what your awesome book club did last night, because now I'm very intrigued. And I love that, like, Grandma Susan, I keep signing up for these different book clubs, and Grandma Susan's like, oh, hey. And I'm like, oh, there you are. Like, we're all these book clubs together now. You just subscribed to your channel, found it through the live reading and productivity sprints Excel sheet. That's awesome. Yeah, they have, I don't know, Hannah, did you know about this? That there's like, honestly, I can't remember who it is, but I know that there's a Vanessa and Christina. Christina was on here earlier. They found me through Leandra, and Leandra's one of the leaders as well for the masterminds. And they make a spreadsheet for everybody who's doing sprints, and they try to keep up with it like constantly. So I didn't post about this one until yesterday, and they already got me on the spreadsheet. So people can go and look at that spreadsheet and say, hey, I'm free. I want to do a sprint. Who's doing one right now?
Wow, that's great. Where is that?
I know. Okay, so
I do know who you're talking about. Reading with Dr. B. That's Vanessa.
Yes. So the spreadsheet's going to be there. So for those that don't know, Hannah does sprints too, and you're doing one tomorrow night, aren't you? You do them like for the most part. You do them Friday nights.
Yeah, I try to do one every Friday.
Yeah, and I did not think about that. That's why I messaged you earlier, and I was like, it did not cross my mind. Whenever I put up the times for movie night, I was just thinking, like, when do I have free time? And I'm like, I feel like such a turd. I'm so sorry.
It's okay.
So we're going to watch it. I'm going to also have you going on my thing. So I'm not going to read, but I'm going to still be at your sprint because you're spending time with me. So so make sure, if you guys are not a part of the readathon, Hannah's going to be doing a sprint. Hannah, there we go, is going to be doing a sprint tomorrow, 8 o'clock. Is that right?
7 p.m. Eastern. So I start
7 p.m. Eastern. Okay, so that's 6 p.m. here.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, there we go. One day I'll get it down. It'll be like super fast, but I'm not that fast with it right now. Rereading a fave book of mine, Geek Girl by Holly Smell. Yep. And then you're almost done with Blackmail and is that the one that's the hold on. It's one of those books is real popular and it had like
Butcher and Blackbird. Are you thinking of that one?
No. It's the one where it's like, I believe there's a Hispanic girl on the cover and she's mixing like a big pot of soup or something. And it's called like adobo or something.
Oh, arsenic and adobo.
Yeah. Right? Okay. So I was right. Yeah. That one. Is that the same kind of, it feels like it.
I think so. I think that one's a different series because that other one's called, that one, I don't know, actually. I don't know.
I don't either.
Just forget I said anything.
It's okay.
I really don't know.
Laura, if it is, just let us know. If it's not, just say, nope. We'll move on. Yeah. I'm interested in those ones. And I saw that you were reading this one not too long ago, too. You're working on finishing Truly Devious. I hope that you're really enjoying that, Betsy, because I'm intrigued. But that's just like an interesting title to me. You think you might knit a bit. Wow, what a talent. I can't do that.
I would love to know how to do that.
That and crocheting. Did you see, you may not have been here, Sam showed the dragon that she got. I believe Laura made it for her. And have you read Fourth Wing?
I have not. It is on my TBR, but I have not.
Okay. Well, I was telling them, like, I personally did not like Fourth Wing. I gave it a 1 star, which is pretty bad. I just didn't like it. But there is a dragon in there whom I loved. And she made like a little crocheted dragon of her. And it was so stinking cute. So I'll have to make Sam try and share it somewhere because you have to see it. It is so good. And I'm just like, I wish I had that talent. But I just have a talent for reading and talking. Apparently, that's all I can really do.
So I have like a short story, but I'm gonna let you continue because I gotta go grab it. So I'll be right back.
Okay. Those reads sound interesting. You're revising your bakery rivals to lovers. Okay, wait. Project Sugar and Spice. What? Is this one that you're writing? I'm intrigued. I'm not sure what's happening, but I'm intrigued by this. And it's a small town, second chance. It's good so far. You think you bought it because of the cover and title. Yep. It looks super cute, Sharon. I'm highly intrigued. Hello, Annie. You started reading on the last sprint. I saw that. But just now hopping on chat, you're reading The Concealed by S.K. Horton. You got 4 minutes into reading, and then my reading sprint turned into a productivity sprint. Ain't that how it happens? Oh, my goodness. Annie had messaged me earlier. She had us on her big screen. She's like, I can't comment because she's, you're on the big screen.
Oh,
and she was like, my dad always uses As You Wish. And I'm like, oh, I love it. Because they also love Princess Bride. Okay, and that sounds so cozy. So Miss Lambo here said something. I think that she might be writing a book. I asked, so I'm going to see what she says. It sounded like it. So your person in book club met last night and went to a salt room and had halo therapy. We talked about our May book pick and just relaxed, and it was the best time. What?
It was amazing.
I know. I'm like, wow, who knew that book clubs didn't just consist of like online stuff or just sitting in a room? That is awesome. What a fun book. What a fun night.
Love that.
Best in the books. Thank you. It is also has drama. Are you on Instagram, Twitter? I'd love to follow you on there. Your username on here is the same on Instagram and Ko-Fi. I don't actually know what Ko-Fi is. I feel like I should, but I'm barely keeping above water with all the technology I'm having to do right now anyways. And you're reading book 14 of the Wheel of Time series. Yep. Nice to meet you. That's so cute. What type of books do you like to read? And are you enjoying your current read so far? So she's been reading Wheel of Time series since March. And she is finally on the last book. So on book 14. I can answer for her. But everybody else I'm not really sure about. But it's because you have a bachelor degree in librarian and information science.
Oh, cool.
And you love historical books. So the Ancient Library of Alexandria. That is awesome. I love how unique that is. And what a fun degree to have. That's awesome. I feel like I would love to work in a library, but I also feel like that would be terrible because it's like I already struggle to choose what books I'm going to read off of just my shelves. Libraries would make it hard too. You're on Instagram and Twitter, but I don't really get on Twitter. And you do also have a YouTube. So make sure you guys go check out Betsy. Though also that library tried to be an internet way back to gather all the books in the world in one library. Wow.
Wow.
And you read lots of genres. There's a book that is reminding me of where they had, I don't remember what it is, but they had every book imaginable. So, okay. And you guys are all saying hi and thanks and showing y'all's loves to each other. I love it. Oh, there's Christina. There we go. Yeah, you can find it on Vanessa's channel in her info, talking about the spreadsheet. Perfect. And Hannah's sprints are on there. Whoop, whoop.
Thank you for adding me on there. That's awesome.
She is wonderful. Like, I mean, I'm like, I go on to random sprints sometimes because it's like, okay, I have time and I really want to support other people. So I'll just pop on and it's like whatever happens to be there. And so like I'll join super random ones and Christina's there. And I'm like, girl, you're just there. You're everywhere. I love it. I also feel that way about Courtney though, because Courtney shows up on so many things. Yeah. And I'm always just shocked, but I love it. Okay, so this is the third book in the series. Arsenic and Adobo is the first book in the series. Yes, so that was one that I also heard very mixed reviews about, but I'm interested in it because the cover alone, I remember the cover vividly, and I loved it, but I just didn't remember like what it was called. But that's cute. Okay, so yes, PSNS is a book you're currently revising and aiming to self-pub this year. That is exciting. Yeah, she talked about it. That's going to be, wow. I hope that happens for you. And congratulations on like getting out there to write a book. That's something that I dream about doing, but will probably never do, you know? Like I'll just keep writing my thoughts down and then that'll be it. But that's amazing. That's amazing. You'll read pretty much anything, but your preference is fantasy or history. That's very true. I have gotten her to read other things with a lot of like pestering, but I got it. So that's good. That's good. She did read. Hannah, have you ever read And Then There Were None by Agatha Christie?
No. I love that trope though, like in thrillers and stuff, but I've not read the classic one.
Okay. So it's one of my favorites, and I stayed up all night reading it because they're short books. Like Agatha Christie you can get through pretty quickly.
Yeah.
And it was so good. And I was like, wow, I had never read anything else by Agatha Christie that was like that because all her other stuff to me is very cozy comparatively. And this was like dark. And I was so ready for that because like I want a different writing style. And my mom read it and she was like, yeah, it was just kind of meh. And I'm like, are you sure you birthed me? Because that's a vastly different opinion than what I was expecting. So yeah, it's okay. It's okay. Yes, best of luck for sure. Best of luck. You have to keep us updated because we definitely would love to help promote that. You lurk a lot yet, but try to say at least hi and hug the likes. We appreciate that. Sweet. It's always, I know, it's wonderful. It's wonderful. And occasionally Vanessa will do the same thing. It's so funny. So you're a steampunk girly then. Yes, she is. She loves steampunk. I feel like people are like, Maddie knows way too much about her. She's my mom, for those that missed that. Shannon Small is, in fact, my mom. You read fantasy, mystery, thriller, and romance, but I write sweet bakery romance. Right? Like sweet bakery romance.
I love that.
I know. I'm excited for that. And wait, it's your second book? Okay, what's your first book? Yes, there it is. And Culinary Confessions, Bakery Friends to Lovers on Amazon is your first book. Well,
check that out.
I know. While I'm thinking about it, it's like, well, I'm going to go ahead and pop that in my Amazon.
Culinary Confessions.
Right? There it is. Wow. Did you guys just hear my dog, like the loudest burp in the world? That was amazing. Oh my goodness. This looks so cute. I'm seeing if it'll pull up the picture.
Oh my gosh.
Isn't that cute?
Oh, I love it.
I love that. Okay, Joanne, I'm assuming that that's it because it's, Jay Lambo. But let me know if it wasn't because that'd be super awkward. But this is super cute. Okay, it's been added. That's awesome. Okay, so yes, my mom does love steampunk. You have one bookshelf with just steampunk. Wait, there's like a whole genre that's just steampunk? I didn't know that. I just assumed that would go into like just fantasy. No, I know. There's okay. Hannah, how old are you? If you don't mind me asking, you're 25. Okay, so this may have been about your time. There was a book series that came out that I want to say it either was Gossip Girl or like very similar to Gossip Girl, but it was this huge thing. All like teenagers wanted to read it. If you really liked like high school drama with like preppy people. But apparently there was an author who wrote all that. And then he went on to write a steampunk series. And I'm like, well, those are vastly different.
Yeah. How do you go from one to the other?
I don't even know. Someone was like, yeah, I bought it because I saw the name and I was like, that name looks really familiar. And I remember like seeing this name so much that I figured, well, it's probably because I've read a lot of his books or something. So she grabbed it and then she went home and she realized like, wait, you wrote like basically Gossip Girl. And then you wrote like this high fantasy steampunk. I know. I love it. I love it. And you just bought, and then there were none. You have been wanting to read Agatha Christie. Okay, so just know, if that's the first book of Agatha Christie that you're ever going to read, her other works are a lot lighter. That one is very heavy, very heavy. If you're going to start with one and you don't want to start with The Murder at Styles, which is the first book she ever wrote, I highly recommend The Murder of Roger Ackroyd. That one, you do not have to technically read her books in order. Like some things will kind of make sense, but for the most part, like it's not a huge deal. She tried to write it where you don't have to go from one straight through. I've never read any of her Miss Marple stuff, so there's that. But that is The Murder of Roger Ackroyd is my favorite Hercule Poirot novel, and then There Were None is my like just favorite Agatha Christie novel. Does that make sense?
Good to know.
Okay. If you guys are ever just like, what should I read with Agatha Christie? Just let me know and I'll tell you. I got you. Well, you can kind of see it because I had to move my chair because I'm working on a project, but there's that little picture frame in the back. And literally from there all the way back is just stacks of Agatha Christie. And then it goes underneath it too. Yeah. I got all that.
Oh my gosh.
I love Agatha Christie. She's so good. And I feel like I can read her books again because since I read so many of them, like I forget what went into which book or whatnot. So they're so good. You missed that. Okay, so it makes more sense why I talk about her like I know her, because I do. Little note, you're still making the transition to your pen name. So Cece has my real name. Oh, okay. We won't tell anyone. We'll be secretive about that. Okay, yep. So that was you. That is such a cute book. And no, I would say it's a subgenre in fantasy. Okay, you love Gal Carriger? And she has almost 20 books. So most of the shelf are her books. Oh, okay. That makes sense then. That makes sense. Yep, and Betsy agrees it has such a cute cover and you need to read it. Agreed. We'll all have to read that. Maddie, you talking about the Click series. That's what it was. See, I was like, somebody's going to come in clutch. And they did. Do you remember that series at all? They were like, it had like buffalo plaid on it and no? Okay.
No. I'll have to look at. Maybe I have, but it's not ringing a bell.
It's not one I ever read or want to read. But his steampunk one sounded actually pretty good. And I'm just like, it's just weird to me. I still just can't understand it. So, yeah. Okay, Renee, you're going to have to recommend a few really good steampunk books for me to read. Yeah, I got nothing on that end. But she would thrive with her steampunks. And hi, Sarah. How are you? But also Allison Goodman, Colleen Gleason books, and Genevieve Cogman. I haven't heard of. Well, I may have heard of those, but I just don't remember them. So that's good. That's good. Thank you. Second book, PSNS, will be a standalone. Okay, but it'll have more drama and will make you cry. Ooh.
Oh, goodness.
Like, I like books that make me cry, but I really have to be in the mood for it, which is why The Book Thief, man, that thing slapped me silly because I did not realize it was going to make me cry. And so then I'm like crying even more because now I'm like upset that I'm upset. Yeah, it was a whole thing. You're going to have to pick those up. Thank you for the suggestion. Agreed. The Extraordinary Adventures of the Athena Club by Theodore Goss. That actually sounds really good, though. Did you know, by the way, Hannah, that somebody is they're going to be creating a readathon that is specifically like geared towards like Greek goddesses. So each team will be a different Greek goddess, and like you're gaining points in the way that like, yeah, it was interesting. They were talking about it on a sprint, and I'm like, that's a wonderful thing.
Neat.
Yeah, it's different. And I'm like, I'm here for different. I love that sort of stuff. And you remember seeing the covers of Click series but hadn't read. Yep. That was me. I kept seeing it everywhere, but I just wasn't going to read it because I was that person that would not read the books that everyone else read. And then I secretly read Twilight, without anyone knowing. That was me. But I did read, have you guys ever heard of, the American version is called Angus Thongs in Full Frontal Snogging? No. No, they call it full frontal kissing. Because we don't call kissing snogging. And it was obviously written over in London. What? And so, yeah, Angus is her cat. And it's about a girl, like, right out of puberty sort of thing, and just kind of following her life and where the craziest things happen. And it's such a sweet and funny book, but they also made a movie out of it. And the movie is really good. It's one that I still watch to this day. And I read it and watched it when I was in high school. And it's still just as good.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So, yeah, it's a mouthful. And it's definitely an interesting title. But it's really good. So, fun fact, the characters from the first book will be in PSS, but they'll be secondary characters. I love it. I always like when things like little Easter eggs and stuff like that. Hi, Miss Peacock. How are you?
My mind went instantly to like Clue, like Miss Peacock in the library with the candlestick.
Yes, that happened to me as well, because it happened she had come on a couple of sprints before, and someone was talking about, I can't remember whose it is, but there's like a readathon where they're playing Clue. And you get to choose your characters or whatnot. And somebody had just said, and I'm like, is this a joke? But it wasn't. Like, you go by Miss Peacock. And it's so funny because I was like, what are the odds? Like, perfect timing. So, yeah, it was just interesting. But anyways, I'm intrigued by that sprint or that readathon. So I want to do it next year. You started drafting a third book, but I may not have determined what they'll be about, still fleshing out the details. I just think it's wonderful when somebody can like just sit down and even outline a book. So everybody's giving Miss Peacock some love, asking how are you doing? And you saw that movie, tried the books, thought they were meh. Yeah, the book and the movie are nothing alike, I do have to say. But also, I have not read the book since I was in high school. So it could very well be a terrible book now, but the movie is still really good. Still saying hello, but it is a great movie. She agrees about that. And you read some of this show or some of the Click series, would not recommend. Well, there you go. Yeah, I have no desire to read it. And you remember that series. I can't remember if I read it, but you watched the movie. It was such a cute movie. Okay, and I'm trying to keep track of time. Okay, so we'll have 2 more minutes, and then we're going to start another long sprint. That way we can get some more stuff done. Everybody's still saying hello. I love it. And you're in awe of anyone who has the fortitude to actually complete a book. It's true. I keep telling my mom dreams very vividly, and she told me this one dream of hers, and I'm like, Mom, if you make that into a book, the amount of people who will flock to it is insane. And she's like, yeah, okay. And I'm like, ugh. Just get the gumption and go write it, because it would be so good. So maybe this will encourage you, Mom. Look at all these authors out here. And everybody's asking how everyone's doing and just talking. I love that. And then Angus movie, hilarious, came out in 2008. Yep, it's an old one. Literally came out the year before I graduated high school. Yikes. But it was so good. And an interesting title that I read from a series as a teen was Mates Dates Inflatable Bras. What? I have never.
That is hilarious.
Wow. And that was probably like a teen book. And I think it's so funny when they make teen books with that title, like titles like that. But at that time, when those came out, it probably came out around the same time as this Angus Thongs and Full Frontal Snogging, because that was kind of your thing, was like quick, and then like a bit of a longer stretch of a word or words afterwards. It was a thing. Like nowadays, it's like the 7.5 deaths of Evelyn or something like that. Like it's the number and then people, like what it has to do with this person. Like that's a big deal right now. So that may have been a thing at that time. And doing pretty well. Just working on her revision outline. Yep. And Betsy says hers too, Hannah. Oh wow, that is awesome. It is awesome. Yeah, and do you have a channel? She said she does, but I don't post on it. However, she's on Ko-Fi and Instagram through the same username. So there you go. Oh, and Betsy's having to head out because you have to go get your son who's ready to get out of school. Well, bye, Betsy. Thank you for spending time with us. I'm shocked that your son's still in school right now. I felt like everybody was out. But maybe it's just Hannah and Heather. And yes, the Mates Date series. Oh, so you do know about this one. That is insane. Who knew? Get a Clue. That's the one I was talking about. The Get a Clue readathon was in November, and you think it will be this year too. And Rainy Blue Reads is the creator. Okay, so there you go. Get a Clue readathon. That's the one. Somebody was telling me all about it. I will definitely be looking into that.
Yeah.
And everyone else is saying hello. Do you know how to give people wrenches? Want to hyperlink the links to my book and Ko-Fi? No, I'm not even sure what a wrench is, to be super honest. So I'm sure I can figure it out during this next sprint.
I think she's talking about like sometimes people have wrenches next to their name.
Yeah, and does it like allow for certain things that you're not allowed to do?
I don't know. I have to look into that because I have no idea.
I know. I'll look into that during this sprint, and I'll try and make sure that you get one because you're wanting to share something, and that might be what it is. Like you can't share links until you have the wrench, which would make sense as well. That way you don't have like spammers or something. So I'll try and get you one of those. And then she's saying the book's all nice meeting you and drive safely. Yep. Agreed. And this will be the last one. Your son still has 2 weeks. 2 weeks?
My gosh.
Oh, my goodness. For us, I'm like, wow, you're really getting out like right in the heat of it. Like, that's insane. That's insane to me. Oh, and I'm sure she's going to, the wrench is moderate. Moderator powers. It allows you to share links and put people in timeout. Oh, okay. Good to know.
Like if you like click on the comment or something.
Yeah. Yes. It's like making people a moderator. Then they can hyperlink their stuff like Laura reads and crochets and Kay Simmons said. Okay. Well, there we go. I'll figure out how to do that during this next sprint. And I'll get one there. That way you can share your link because I would love for people to be able to follow you. So it is 1:28. We went 3 more minutes over. Sorry, guys. So we're going to go ahead and go to the 30 because that's just easier than saying 28. So we'll go for another hour. We'll come back. We'll have a little chit chat and then we will call it a day. So let's get everything started and we will see you guys back at the 30. Hello, hello. Was that a good sprint for you, Hannah?
Yeah, overall, I didn't read the whole time. I only
Yeah.
read about 30 pages of that sprint, but
Yeah.
it's just such a pretty day, and I was just like kind of laying out there in my hammock, and I
Yeah.
lost track of time.
Oh, I
So,
get it. I get it. I'm shocked. So our this morning was so pretty. I was literally telling you that and I was excited. And now it's like super overcast and like
mm,
it's not raining, but it's acting like it's going to, which I don't know. I would have rather it be sunny because I feel like it's just been really rainy a lot lately.
yeah.
But this is also like a perfect day for reading, which I did not do during that sprint because I'm so swamped with trying to get my videos done for next week since I won't be here. So trying to get all of these like shot and edited and scheduled and all that stuff. And then of course like the thumbnails and all that jazz. It's just a lot. And so we're getting there.
A lot of
So
people
that's what I
don't
spent.
realize how much time that really takes to like
Oh, I
edit,
know.
film,
Yes.
thumbnail.
Yes, yes. I was talking to Cody about that because I do the books and baking, and those are usually like anywhere from like 8 to 10 minute videos. And he's like,
Mhm.
that would be really simple. You just edit it down. And I'm like, yeah, I know. But a 10-minute video took me like 3 hours because, of course, I'm also having to
Mhm.
like bake, which takes longer than just sitting and talking for 10 minutes,
Right.
and so it's literally all day. But it's okay. It's worth it and I enjoy it and it's a lot of fun, but it does take a while. And so I see why people hire other people to
Yeah.
edit their videos for them. So I didn't get any reading done, but it's okay. It was a productivity sprint as well. So we're gonna jump back in. We have Shelly, I think is how you say your name. Hello, working, but wanted to say hello. Well, we are so happy that you're here and saying hello as well. And then Amy, hi, girlfriend. You're working, but saying hello. Yes, I am sad that you had to work. She was going to join us for sprints, but she had to work. So it's just me and Hannah, but that's totally fine. Hope that you're doing good. And I hope that you're going to be able to get some reading done. And I hope you're feeling better because she was not feeling good this weekend. Maddie, where will the link be posted for movie night? Hannah, I'm planning to be at the first 90 minutes of your sprints tomorrow night and then watch the rest of replay. Love the theme for your
Oh yeah.
sprints tomorrow night. Thank you both for the sprints today. Yes, you're welcome for the sprints. The link should be posted. Now I'm trying to remember if I shared it. It should be in Discord. I will add it again to another spot. I think I did it under the announcements channel, but I'll try and add it on another area. That way it's easy to find. And then Hannah, are you going to share your sprint in the Discord as well? That way they can find
Yes,
it easy.
I will. It's a Harry Potter themed sprint again because I do them like every month to keep myself accountable for the series because I'm like making
Yeah.
myself go through the series. But if I don't do those, I like it just kind of gets in the background and I don't pick
Yeah.
it up. So I'm on Goblet
So
of Fire.
I
So
was just about to
tomorrow,
ask what book are you reading?
yes, I'm reading Goblet of Fire. I'm like 30% of the way through it, and then tomorrow's sprints are reading at the reading on the Hogwarts Express.
Oh
So,
my goodness. Oh my goodness. I'm so excited. So Goblet of Fire is my favorite Harry Potter book.
is it
And
really?
yes, because it's the last one where like they're still like kids in a way. They're not,
Yeah.
super, grown up or whatnot. And then it starts getting darker after that, which I don't mind. That's definitely how the series was supposed to progress. But it's like kind
Yeah.
of your last little bit of like lightness in the whole series. And it's just I loved it. I loved it, loved it, loved it. But I did not like it as a movie. So
Oh,
it
no.
was not
I
my
can
favorite.
definitely see it getting darker as the series goes on. Like, I feel like
Mhm.
Sorcerer's Stone was so light and fluffy, and then
Oh, I
we get
know.
into Chamber and Secrets, it's fine, but then
Yes.
Prisoner of Azkaban was like, boom, and now we're
Hmm.
getting a little even darker, and I'm
Yes.
like, "Okay," which I'm totally
Yeah.
fine with because 'cause they're growing up and things are getting a little bit more serious, but
Right.
I love and this is my first time ever reading the series. So, I'm,
Are you
like, going
serious?
through it as an adult. Yeah, I never read it as a
Wow.
kid.
Oh
So,
my goodness.
having a lot of fun with it.
Oh, I bet. I bet. There's a part of me that like I wishes I would have waited until I was older to read it. But then at the same time, like I remember reading it as a kid and I had such a big imagination that
Mhm.
it made it even better in a way. But there were definitely things that happened that I'm like, I don't fully understand what's happening,
Yeah, I
you
could see
know?
that.
And so I do wish I was a little older for that, but I'm slowly rereading them. I finally read Sorcerer's Stone again for the first time since it came out, um, just like a month ago or 2 months ago, or something, and like had the best time. And so I'm looking forward to getting back into them, but that's going to be more of like a slow thing for me. And I'm so excited that you're doing it on the Hogwarts
We're,
Express.
like,
I will be
trying
there.
to like, when I finish the book, we're reading the or we're watching the movie, and then when I read a book, we're watching the movie, so, like, we're trying to do it that way,
Yeah.
but I really also want the illustrated ones, like,
Yes.
the big illustrated ones. Oh, I
Uh-huh.
want those so bad because I feel
You
like
own any
I'm
of them?
definitely gonna reread them, and I feel like
Yeah.
that would be fun to reread
Yes,
those.
we have yeah,
But they're
like this
so
one.
pretty. Yes. Oh,
Okay. Yeah, this is the
beautiful.
only one we own, and I'm like, I love it so much, and I cannot wait to read this one with Piper because she's going
Oh,
to
yeah.
flip out reading this. And I feel comfortable with this one at least reading it with Piper
Yeah.
earlier, whereas the other one's gonna be like, we're gonna wait a little bit because it gets a bit
Yeah.
dark. But yeah, I have that one, and then I have like that special one that's by I can never remember the name, but it has like all these flip outs and
Oh, yeah.
like the chessboard is like 3D and all that stuff. It's really, really cool. I love it. But I would not read that with Piper because she's already messed that one up. So that's just a mommy and daddy can read those. And then later on, maybe she'll get to it. But that is so exciting. So if you guys want to hop aboard the Hogwarts Express tomorrow night, it's going to start at 7 o'clock your time.
Mhm. 7
Okay.
7 PM Eastern.
Okay, so then that's 6 o'clock Central. So I will be there for the first little bit of it, and then I will be present, but not super present because I'll then be doing the Knives Out one.
Totally
But
fine.
no, I'm gonna support as much as I can. So that is so much fun. It's gonna make me want to pick up the second Harry Potter book, and I don't have time for that, but I want to. So you're now on 181. It's a really sweet book. Oh, good. She's the one that's reading the seashore one that we looked up.
Oh, yeah.
Yes,
Good
it
to
looked
know
really,
that
really cute. So, wow, you made a lot of progress. So you finished your book and now need to finish editing your cozy mystery vlog. Ooh. Did you enjoy your book? That's the one with the weird girl, right? With the head stuff going on? I don't remember. Who did
I don't
I
know.
think you looked
Was
it up.
Jules reading it? I don't
I
know.
can't remember who was reading that one. That one looked really interesting, so I'm interested on your take on it, but I wasn't drawn in. So read about 3 chapters, also been on Discord for the Amazing Readathon. Yeah, yeah, yeah. What team are you on? And Hannah, are you doing the Amazing Readathon?
I'm not. I've not even
You're
heard of
not.
that.
Oh, yeah. So it's basically like the Amazing Race. And each team, so I'm on the spooky team. And so it's more like thrillers and mysteries, shockingly, I'm on that team. And you're going to get like, there's different legs of the race. Have you ever watched Amazing Race?
No.
Okay, so it won't make sense. But you're basically trying to travel around the world and you want to be the team that gets there the fastest. And so the way that you're
Oh.
going to get there is based off of your books and your points and things like that. So I am there, but I am a wallflower whenever it comes to massive readathons because like this one's like thousands of people sort of thing.
Oh gosh.
Huge. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I'm just there. And if I can even bring in, 5 points for my team, I will do it. But I'm not going as hard on that one because after managing this readathon, I just need a little bit of a break.
Yeah, that's
So
a lot.
yeah, June's gonna be it's gonna be a bit of a wind down month for me. I got
Mood
lots of books
read
planned,
mood
but
read June.
do what?
I said just mood read in June.
Oh, I know. Yeah, and that's basically what I'm doing. And I'm like, shockingly, I don't have a lot of mysteries on this TBR, even though I didn't read a lot of mysteries this month because I was waiting for this week and then I didn't get any reading done. It's okay. You got the first coat of paint on the door and read a bit. Hey, there you go. That's amazing. I hate painting because I've had to paint so much. I just don't enjoy it anymore. And
Oh,
Sam, you've both been killing it with content. Well,
sweet.
thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
It has been it's been fun to work on those, but I've been like hoping I make sense because my brain's so tired this last week. So you finished getting your house tidied up and then got a chapter read in The Concealed and read some of Pride and Premeditation. Annie, are you enjoying Pride and Premeditation? And Hannah, have you read that one yet?
I did start it, but, like, I have
Okay.
so many books going right now, it's, like,
Yes,
kinda on the back burner. So I
that's
would
fair.
like to get to that one,
Yeah,
but I have so many books to finish first.
I understand. I understand. So if you do happen to finish or read that one and finish it, and then if you want to, Sense and Second Degree Murder, I think is what it's called, is the second
Mm.
one. And Amy Marie and I are going to be doing a buddy read for that. So you could
Oh,
jump in on
cool.
that because I loved Pride and Premeditation. It was very, very cute. So, Annie, let me know what you think about it because I'm always like nervous if other people are going to love it as much as I did, but that's okay because Cody hated it, but he doesn't count. You're 91% into all the dangerous things and something big just happened. Oh my goodness. Well, now I'm like, well, tell me, but I'm also like, I might read it. But I have a terrible memory, so I'd probably forget by the time I read it anyways. So back got some notes written for chapter 8 of PSNS. So I did the thing, but it doesn't look like there's a wrench by your name now. So I may have done it wrong, but I did try. So if you need to, like, we'll figure out a way for you to get on there so you can share your link. You need to reread Harry Potter 2. You really love The Order of the Phoenix. Yeah, The Order of the Phoenix is really, really good. But there's just something about Goblet of Fire that just stuck with me. I remember, like, I tried to read it all in one day, and I'm not a fast reader. And especially back then, I was not a fast reader, but I loved it so much that I just had to keep going. Oh,
Oh
it
my
was
god,
wonderful. It was
that is
wonderful.
so
So
sweet.
yeah, I'm so happy that you're reading it. It's so good. And Anne, I need to read Annie. I need to read. Oh my gosh, I need some of your motivation. Your kitchen is messed up. Yeah, the only reason my house is clean is because you guys can see it. You want to reread Harry Potter 2. You literally just put the box set on my Amazon wish list. Probably going to ask the hubby for them for Christmas. That would be perfect. That's a perfect gift. I have the illustrated editions as well on my wish list because it's like it would be so just like you were saying, there's something about them. They're
So
gorgeous.
fun,
I
yeah.
love the idea of reading them with Piper, and I would enjoy them. And I love whenever, well, any of this stuff has the author's idea presented to you instead of it just fully
Mhm.
being me, because there's some things that it's like, I can imagine this, but I would love to see how you imagine it, which I think is why we love movies so much that are
Yeah.
remade after books. That way we can kind of see like, oh, what were we actually thinking? Were we close or whatever? But yes, I
Jules,
agree.
my twin brother read them,
Hold
like,
on, you
last
have a
year or
twin?
something. Yes.
How did
He's
I not
nothing
know
like me,
this?
though. He's, like, very different than I am, but yes, he is my twin, and
Wow.
we both read, and he had read the Harry Potter series, like, back to back, he didn't stop, and he was begging me, he was like, "Hannah, please read them, like, you've never read them before," and he finally, on my birthday, like, on our birthday, he bought me the box set. So, like, the box set that Jules was talking about, he just
Yeah.
went ahead and bought me the whole box set, so I was
Oh,
like, "Yeah,
wow.
I don't have an excuse not to read
Right.
them."
Right.
So I made
That's
it
being
a
a good
goal.
brother. That's being a
Yeah,
good brother.
so I made it
My
a
brother
goal this
does.
year to read them.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, and you are. See, it might
Mhm.
take you some time, but you're getting there because once you
Yeah.
get to those last ones, those things are chunks and it's going to take a bit of time. But that's so exciting. Your motivation was I finally had the energy to clean about after being on a trip for a week and then spending most of this week
Mm,
sick or with the sick hubby kiddos. Oh, I'm sorry that there's just a
sorry.
little sickness going around, but I am happy that you finally have a little bit of energy that can be hard to come by for sure. I was literally yawning and like falling asleep as I was editing one of my videos, and I was like, okay, I need to make me some coffee. So literally in that break, I drank all of that. That's pretty bad. It's pretty bad. You want the illustrated books too? Yeah, they're so cute. I love them. And Goblet of Fire is also your favorite. Whoop,
Wow.
whoop. Oh, my mom's letting me know that my hubby and my girl will be here shortly. Thanks, Mom, for the
Mm.
heads up. I'm sure Cody texted me, but I wasn't even looking at my phone. And Christina, you just finished a reread of the Harry Potter series with your son at the start of May.
Oh, that's
Oh,
awesome.
how fun! I love that.
You
love
read the
that.
whole series? Did she mean that she read the
That's
whole
what I'm
series
wondering.
this
Or do you mean
month?
you just like started a reread and just finished the first one? Because if you
'Cause
did all of that in 1 month, I'm
what?
like, you just sat and read. So, so you're on Team Fantasy. Okay, I'm not on Team Fantasy. Just because I do love fantasy. I literally signed up when I was gearing up for the Mystery and Mayhem readathon. So that was in my head, which is probably good because now I'm going to read the books that I meant to read for my readathon and didn't get to. So that'll work. Maybe. We'll see. And you love The Amazing Race, Amy. Okay, so you know what I'm talking about. It's a really fun show. It really is. You like Survivor, don't you, Hannah?
Mhm.
Where it's like teams competing in like weird kind of challenges and
Yeah.
sometimes like brutal challenges stuff. Yeah, so you would love The Amazing Race. But it's like a team. So you have two people on one team. And so a lot of the things like you have to do this stuff together. And it is fascinating to see how some of these teams are like made, who decides that they're going to bring who with them or whatnot. It's really, really good. I like them.
Speaking of that, this is like a little plug, but my friend
Mm-hmm.
Gwen has a Patreon, and I'm sure you're familiar with Patreon because you have one, but she has a Patreon, and for the whole month of June, she's doing like a Survivor readathon thing, and so, like she's put us in teams and tribes, like going. It's kind of like Mystery and Mayhem, where you have to like the
Yeah.
more books you read, the more points you get, and it's
Yeah.
so much fun. Oh my
That
gosh.
is so cool.
And she's making it like Survivor and
Yeah.
I love readathons that do, like, teams and stuff. So
Yes.
that's why when you told me about this one, I was, like, all on it. I said,
Yes.
"Absolutely,
Wow.
let's do it."
Love it. Love it. That sounds like so much fun. And that is such a good idea as well to like do it
Yeah.
specifically for your Patreons. I love that.
Mhm.
I love that. And One After the Survivor, I would never have thought, but I am shocked at some of these readathons. Like there's one, I don't know if you know about it. I think she just announced it a couple days ago. I think it's Liv's Bookshelf is doing one that it's Pride and Prejudice.
Oh, yeah, Liv's
Okay.
Library.
Yes, Liv's Library.
Yeah.
So yeah, she's doing that one, and I'm like, well, I'm gonna join it because I really need an excuse to read my pretty copy of Pride and Prejudice this month.
Mhm.
So, I'll join that. And again, I'm usually a wallflower with those, but that's another one that I'm looking forward to. And it's like I would have never thought to do a readathon about Pride and Prejudice.
Yeah, they did one back in December, it was, like, last winter or something, over Little Women. And it was
Yeah,
like
I
a little
saw
women
that.
themed readathon, and it was cute. I didn't get to participate in that one, but it was really cute.
Yeah,
So
yeah. I'm sad that I didn't know about these things, but I'm like, I'm learning. So this next year, like next year, I'll be in all the readathons and I'll be way more prepared. And then so Mystery and Mayhem, just for you guys watching, next year we're probably actually going to do a month long because I have bigger plans and I have a whole year to work on this actual like the clues and things because I created clues for all the teams, but I was literally like, there's only gonna be like 20 people that sign up. So we're only gonna need a couple of clues. And then y'all have been like slaughtering. And it's like, that's great. But now I have to literally make clues as I go and as I'm adding all this stuff together and all this stuff. So I've learned so much, but next year it's going to be bigger, it's going to be better, and we're going to hopefully have some of our team leads back, and they're going to be in different kind of roles that are going to be even more fun and exciting, I think, for the leaders,
So
but also for the teams.
exciting.
So yeah, definitely be paying attention for that. And if I get a notice out that's like, please help, then you guys come to my aid. That'd be great. So there is a link to the announcement for TAR, which is the Amazing Readathon, on the spreadsheet top right on 6-1 if you want to check it out. So there you go. That will be your link. Okay, and so Jules was the one who was reading the Diavola. That was the one with the weird head. Was just okay for me. It really didn't have a horror feel. It was more of a haunting family vacay in Italy at a haunted villa. It was a slow start, but picked up about halfway. 3-star for me. Those are always really hard books.
Jules, I may have to read that one. Even though
You're
the cover
interested?
is it's a little icky, but
Yeah.
I may have to read that one. I
Well, I'll let
love
you read
ghost
it.
stories.
Do you?
Yes, and a lot of people, like a lot of my friends, do not. Like
Yeah,
they're
I know.
like when because you were mentioning I don't like blood and gore and guts,
Mhm,
and I do to a certain point. Like I like thrillers and stuff, but
mhm.
I've read horror, and I think that's kind of where I draw the line because I don't like anything that makes me want like queasy or anything like that.
Right.
But I do like paranormal and like scary stuff.
It's so funny.
And so many of my friends are like, Hannah, stop recommending me books.
Yeah, that would be me. I don't read those, but what's odd is that I love zombies and I love zombie books, even though it's like, but that's blood and gore. But I guess to me, it's like zombies aren't real and like they'll never be
Yeah.
real. So I'm okay with that. I don't like to read things like that. What was that movie series that came out that everyone was watching? It was like The Purge or something, where it was like 24
Mhm.
hours. There's no laws whatsoever. And I'm like, no, not watching that. Because if that happened, that would be what happens. And I can't do that. So yeah, I stay away from those. But I did read, have you ever read The Kids? I'm not sure if it's just a book or if it's only a graphic novel. It might be both of those things, but I read the graphic novel version of Wait Till Helen Comes. Have you read that one?
No.
Okay.
That's scary.
You would like that. If you like ghost stuff, you would like that one. It was just creepy enough where I'm like, every little sound I hear, I was like, we're haunted. Like something's going on. Yeah, it was really
From a
good.
graphic novel? Oh my gosh,
I
that is so
know.
scary.
I know. I
I'm
was
gonna have to look
shocked.
that one.
It was the first graphic novel I had ever read as well. I have not gotten into that yet, and I was shocked at how much I liked it. And so I read it in one night because it's thin, but it was also a really good story. It had
Yeah.
all the emotions in it.
Oh,
So,
I'll have to check that one out.
yeah, you'd probably like it. It's also like middle grade, so it's easy to read. And you're not joining, but your son did and chose Team Fantasy. Oh, well, there you go. We got 2 Team Fantasies on here. And there we go. Loved the ambiance. Set such a good mood for reading. Well, good. I'm happy you guys enjoyed it. I had it going on in the background as well with all the stuff that I was doing. And it's just like, oh, I'd love to be there right now. But hey, that's okay. We're getting close. And now it's all overcast here. And so it won't be today. But you loved Pride and Premeditation. Good. Elizabeth is your favorite. I will probably pick up the rest of the series. Yes, it is such a great series. I loved how, I don't know how you say her name. Tarza, Tirzah is the lady's name. But I love how she wrote those books, and there was still heavily encompassing Pride and Prejudice, but it was enough to where it was its own thing, and it didn't just feel like, oh, you literally just wrote that verbatim and then just changed a couple little things. Like, it was enough of its own thing that you still really enjoyed it. It was so good. I loved it. It was one of those cozy mysteries that I would read again for sure. It reminds me of another cozy mystery series based off Austen's books. Well, what books are those? Because I love Austen.
Oh, I
And
think I know what you're talking about. I think it's called I have it, but it's got like a picture of Jane Austen on the or no, the girl from Pride and Prejudice on the front.
Bennett, Elizabeth, Lizzie.
Yes, Elizabeth Bennet. I think I know what you're talking about.
Yeah. So there's another series. I have the first one called The Vanishing Bride, and it is about the Bronte sisters, and they're the detectives. And I'm like, I'm very intrigued by that one. I like those ones. So Sharon, thanks for the sprints. Of course, you're very welcome. I'm probably going to start doing these ones on Thursdays, but we're probably going to push it to 10. So we'll actually rewind it back to 10 a.m. just so that I finish, hopefully by the time Cody gets home, so I can, spend a little time with my hubs. It's always nice. You read the Harry Potter series to your eldest when they were still coming out, and then to my youngest a few years ago. Oh, I love
that's
that.
right. I feel like she told me that she would do
Okay,
that.
she started in February and then finished.
Okay.
That makes way more sense. Okay, I did not follow that connection. I should have. So, sorry. Back, got some notes written for chapter 8. Good job. Not much written, but it's something. Hey, every little bit, you're getting forward. You're moving forward. And you're excited about Gwen's readathon. Okay.
Grandma Susan is not on my team, though. So, we're fighting against each other, Susan.
Well, see, now I don't know who to root for. You guys, I love that Grandma Susan literally is in everything. It is so fun. You're excited to participate in her Survivor-inspired book challenge. Well, there you go. Sharon Reads is also a part. That's wonderful. And yes, M&M Readathon would be great for a month long. Well, awesome. I was like, let's just dip our toes in. And then next day I'm like, we're going all out. So be prepared. And I want to do it in May because I liked that it was like mayhem, but it does core, like it does go against the Escape the Readathon, which is a really big deal as well. But I don't think that's an issue.
I don't think it was. I mean, you could participate in both.
It's true. I was still participating in Escape the Readathon very minimally, but I was participating. And then when my week came up for our readathon, I was like, I'm not existent anywhere because I'm just too busy. So, but I did gain all of you guys points, just so y'all know. I made sure to read books that gave y'all's team some points. So everybody got points there. Maddie, you're just learning too and not patient about it. That's okay. That's okay. Yay for a month long. Okay, good. And Amy's here for a month long. Awesome. Awesome. And
can you imagine how many points though that we'll have by the end of the month?
I know. Like that's the thing that I'm happy that it's going to take me some time until this comes back around, because I have to try and figure out what's the best way to do the points for you guys. Because while I don't mind doing it the way that I've been doing it,
that's a lot.
It is. It is. And then trying to make it, because I think you guys need to be able to see where you're at, because you get things along the way once you reach certain points and stuff. Nice. Yes. So I thought that, well, I'm just going to have to figure out something. So if anybody has an idea of like, hey, here's a great program or something, let me know, because I am technically technologically illiterate, because I am not good with it. I just know the basics of how to get by. So right now,
it's in the way that you're doing it. I know it's probably just more work on your end, but I think it's really nice on our end to just be able to see it.
Right. Yeah. And I think that that's absolutely worth it. And that's something that next year, I've learned I need to have a couple extra hands that can help with this sort of stuff. Yeah. So that's kind of what's going to be happening with the team leads, but they're going to look a little different. So anyways, I don't want to bore people with it. I could talk about it forever because I'm so excited about it. But eventually you guys will know all the details. So looking forward to a month-long M&M. Thank you again for all your hard work. It's been so much fun. And we're all so competitive, met a lot of new people. Yeah, it has been wonderful. And watching all of you guys slowly like make these, connections and friendships and stuff, it's been a lot of fun. So I'm so happy that you guys were all there. And for us spooky loving gals, there you go. That's just, not me, but, and you might like it. There you go, Hannah. Family drama, haunted Italian villa. I would probably have rated it higher if it wasn't such a slow start. I get that.
I'm checking it out, girls.
And Wait Till Hollins Comes is great. Okay, so she loves it too. So maybe Hannah, it might be like a 5-star for you. And the series is the Mr. and Mrs. Darcy Mysteries by Carrie Bibris. I don't know. But that's awesome. I love that. I love anything that has to do with them though. So, that's okay. Where am I at? So Jane Austen is the Cozy Store series, I think. Oh, Jane, like with an I. Okay, cool. And the first one is Pride and Prejudice.
I think that's the one I was thinking of.
Why am I struggling with that? That was the one that you
own? Hold on. Let me see. You can keep going. I was going to look it up. Okay. Because I was thinking of another one.
Well, it sounds good. I like anything that has to do with like remakes. So you're a big fan. Thanks for the sprint. You're very welcome. Did you end up figuring out the wrench thing? No, I thought I had you on there. I added you to something and it's not showing the wrench. So I don't really know what's going on. So I'll have to try it a different way. I may have added you to the wrong section or something. I don't know. You're just working on your own book themes. This year, I'll be reading a book from the year I was born and more close family members and their birth years for books for me to read. I like that. That's an awesome little way of figuring out what books you're going to be doing.
So here's this one. This is the one I was thinking of. It's called Pride and Prejudice in Peril.
Oh.
And it's the Jane Austen Tea Society mystery.
That sounds so stinking cute and it looks adorable. I love it. I don't know why I've never heard of that one. You'd think I would. So the first book is This Pen for Hire by Laura Levine. Okay. Or Levine, something like that. Sounds good. And This Pen for Hire is one that was just recommended to me, so she's hoping to pick it up soon. And Annie, you'll have to let us know what you think if you read it as well. you're an eclectic reader. Hey, I love it. I love it. I try to read all across the board, but I definitely get into like my little pockets of specific niches. And you heard that it was really good. Awesome. No worries. Might be YouTube acting up again. It very well could just literally be me because, again, I'm not technologically advanced in a lot of areas. And that's one of those things I had no idea about until you said it. So we're going to learn. But you got to go take your cat outside. All right. Well, you go take your cat outside. And we are going to start wrapping up because that was our last sprint. Because I have stuff I've got to do. And as much as I love you guys, I do need to get it done. Pride and oh my gosh, I don't know. Prescience. I don't know. If I'm saying it wrong, I'm from the South. Okay. We say things weird anyways. Is book 1 of Mr. and Mrs. Darcy Mysteries #1. Okay. That is the first one. So now we know. Awesome. So, yes, tomorrow night, Hannah's going to be having, I keep doing the wrong finger because it's like, anyways, Hannah is going to be doing a sprint, and we're going to be on the Hogwarts Express, which is going to be a lot of fun. So make sure you join her, and she is now on the spreadsheet. And then if you guys are in Mystery Mayhem, we are going to be reading or watching Knives Out tomorrow night. Make sure that you get all your points in because it ends tomorrow night at midnight Central Standard Time. So technically, you guys, Hannah, actually go until 1 a.m. So you technically get to go until the 1st. Yep. But all right. Well, thank you, Hannah, for being here. It was so much fun having you. Absolutely. And thank you so much for being one of the team leads. It has been such a blast having you guys and getting to know y'all. And you guys are all so welcome for the sprints. I hope to see you guys again. And until next time, I'll see you guys later. Bye, guys.